Hello and welcome to Inspiration Station TV. My name is Malia Holleran and I'm your host today. And I'm very, very excited because we have an amazing guest. And as always, we have the amazing Linda West with us today too. Hi, Linda.
Hello, that's me, Linda West.
And we have our guest Jason here with us as well, and we'll introduce ourselves in a moment. But before we do that, I want to personally thank you for tuning in today and taking time out of your day to hang out with us. This is one of our favorite times of the month, and just super excited that we get to share inspiring stories with you, because I know that as entrepreneurs and just as regular people, the day-to-day rigmarole of our lives can be sometimes get you down. So it's nice to just be around positive people, inspired people, and to hear uplifting stories to help get us through not only our day, our week, and the rest of our month. So, Linda, it's awesome
Yes,
to have you here.
thank
Take
you.
some time. Take some time to introduce yourself.
Oh man, I just want to say that, first of all, as far as inspiring, sometimes I'm able to muster up inspiring myself. And that's really something that's been happening, especially this last month. I realized that, I started my business in November after working corporate for 20 years, and I made that leap to start my own business. And when you start your own business, you're starting from scratch, and you don't really know, or at least I didn't really know, where I was going to be going. I just kind of knew that I wanted to start my own business, and so I started, and people were like, well, how are you going to make money? How are you going to make money? And still trying to figure all of that out. So it's really been an interesting path that I've taken in this last 9 months, and something that you and I worked on, Malia, and I really want to thank you, is you just asking me questions, keeping me looking at myself and saying, what is it I want to do? What is it that is something that I will really enjoy doing while being able to sustain myself financially? Those are always the toughest questions, and I think I'm finally getting there. I'm still trying to figure things out a little bit, but I feel right now closer than I've ever felt before to what it is that I'm supposed to be doing and what it is that I'm going to actually absolutely enjoy doing. And so I'm really, for myself, I'm inspiring myself that I I am not stuck, and I know that I can continue to change. I don't have to be stuck in one position, and changing is one thing I love to do, and I used to think that change was not really that good because I see so many people in my life who were on jobs for 30 and 40 years. But me, I just don't enjoy doing that. I love a lot of change. And so I always thought there was something wrong with me because I wanted to make so many changes, and I really admired those who could do a job for such a long period of time. But now, as I'm growing older and I'm learning more about myself, I'm realizing that this is just the way I am, and it's okay to be this way. This is good because this is what is good for me. And when I'm doing what's good for me, I'm actually doing what's good for those around me as well, because I'm allowing myself to be me. And so I'm really, like I said, I just am really excited that I'm allowing myself to inspire myself, something I would never have done before. So it's really an exciting time in my life. Sorry to ramble, but you know me, I'll go on and on.
That's really awesome, Linda. While you were talking, I was thinking about limiting beliefs, and I think a lot of us have the belief that in order to be stable, have a great retirement, you know, um, be taken care of for the rest of our lives, we have to have that 30-year job, that pension. Um, but in reality, you can have financial stability and create the lifestyle of your dreams. It's all in what you believe is possible. And
Right.
I admire you for working towards that financial stability, but that can exist with evolution, right?
Hmm.
With in evolving what it is that you do. And I look at my own business over the past 5 years, and it has changed and evolved, and I'm successful. I make money, I make a full-time income, and I do all of that with change. And so change does not have to be a negative thing. As you grow and evolve, you can build that financial stability into your life and into your business. So that's really, really awesome.
Thank you, thank you. Well, you've helped me a lot, of course, and I really appreciate all those who have helped me along the way. But I think the unlocking of inside of yourself that says there's nothing wrong with what I thought was going to be wrong. Like it's okay. This is great. This is great.
Yeah. And really quickly, before we introduce Jason, some of you may notice that Lori is missing. And hi, Lori. Um, she lives in a rural area, if you don't know. It's in the middle of nowhere and has been having some internet problems. And so as she deals with those issues, and sometimes when you live in the middle of nowhere, routers and all of these things can be a little bit sketchy. So she is okay. I don't want anyone to be alarmed or be worried. I just spoke to her. She's doing amazing. And so she'll be with us next month. And you may see Amanda fly in here too in a few minutes. So we're changing, evolving, working on our feet here. So while we do that, Linda has brought an amazing guest to share with us today, and I'm super excited. I've had the honor of meeting him in person, and I'm looking forward to the interview today. But Linda, I want to give you the opportunity to introduce Jason.
Jason Freeman. Oh, I'm really excited to have Jason here today. I met Jason, I want to say maybe 6 or 7 months ago at a 3-day event I was attending, and he got up and he spoke. And when he spoke, it just really, I don't even really know exactly how to explain how I felt when he spoke. Because like right now I get a little teary-eyed just thinking about it, because he got up there and he put himself out there. He knew that he wanted to speak, and he knew he wanted to make an impact, and he was given those opportunities, and he's doing it. Something that I want to do. I want to get out there and speak, and Jason's doing it. And when he spoke, though, he telling his story is really, really what really attracted my attention, because he helped me see, by him telling his story, and you'll hear his story in a minute, but by hearing his story, it helped me see that I can do this too. And that's what Jason helped to unlock within me. And with that said, I want to introduce Jason Freeman. And Jason, I'd love to have you tell everybody your story, and then we're going to do a really fun thing here, something Jason does called Talk Swap. And he's going to introduce that, what it is, how it works, and then we're going to show an example of it. And he's got a treat for me because I have no idea what he's got in store. So this is going to be awesome.
Hi, thank you both for having me. I'm excited to be on the show. Thanks so much. I'm from South Dakota, where I am right now, actually, in my parents' basement about all things. I'm visiting. But what you hear coming from my mouth is not a South Dakota accent. This is what's called a speech impediment. Or at least I used to think so. To tell you this story, I have to go back to the beginning.
Okay.
I hope we have like a few years from. No, I'm just kidding. Abbreviate substantially. But early on, my folks said I was the best when I was 3. I mean, as a little kid, they said I was the best, and I'm an only child. Who was I to disagree with them? But about the time of 4th grade, I started looking around and going, wait a minute, something here is not like the other things. Wait a minute, what is it? And then I'm like, oh my gosh, the thing is me. My voice, my coordination, very much unlike the other kids. And I hadn't thought much about this uniqueness until then. But all of a sudden, I desperately wanted to be normal, like the rest of them. I all of a sudden, perfection in my life equaled being normal. And like you both were just saying, starting creating your own business is going beyond what is normal, right?
Right.
And so it's but for a long time I was just stuck in that, like compensated. But first I had I did something big. In 6th grade, I went out for the basketball team. But I caught most basketballs with my nose and my glasses and my head, anything but my hands. And so after 6th grade, I'm like, no, basketball is not for me. And I quit sports even though I desperately wanted to be part of that community. And around that time, I began to develop a strategy to cope. If I didn't sound normal, what could I do? Speak as little as possible. So I started asking people questions and listening for the answers. And when they answered, I would ask them another question and see how this worked. I could get someone talking for 3 hours and I didn't have to reveal anything about myself. I didn't have to reveal any of my imperfections. I didn't have to share much of my voice or myself. And I would leave those discussions feeling like I was not understood. Fancy that! I wasn't saying anything about myself. How could I be understood? Is this making sense?
Oh yeah. Definitely.
So, I mean, it's possible to stay in your shell and succeed at the same time, and I'm proof of that. Luckily, I had the ability to make it through college and make it through grad school. I got a master's of fine arts in poetry. And then the big bucks really started coming in, let me tell you. I mean, wow. But after my master's, I was back home in my basement apartment in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. And I went for a walk. I remember this vividly. It was January and freezing cold outside. And I knew something had to change. I have been trying everything I knew. I got this big fancy degree. I I have been walking all around town like a madman for years because when I was walking, I thought I could conceal my lack of coordination. But on this walk, I knew something had to change. So I stepped out of my comfort zone. I went to the Sioux Falls YMCA, signed up for a yoga membership, started taking yoga, realized the teacher actually invited me back, realized I loved it. And from this small opening of moving my body in new ways, I was able to create other openings in my life. I was able to speak to my first audience after college. And they were so immensely supportive. And right there and then, I knew I had to share what I knew because it was in my heart and it's a gift. I knew that I didn't know how, but I knew that by sharing my voice as imperfect in relation to the norm as it is, and sharing my story, I could give courage, or I could give people rather the courage to step out and maybe look what they think of as imperfect, but through stepping out in their lives again and again, find the perfection which is their life. Find what's in the core of them to share while they are on this planet, and give people the courage to do what they want to do in life imperfectly. And I'm getting excited now because this lights me up.
Yeah.
When I tell the first part of my story, I kind of slumped down, but no, this part lights me up, as I just said.
Well, you definitely inspired me when I saw you speak. But I'm going to ask a question, Leah. Is there a delay? Or do you hear me talking double?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know why that is. I'm wondering if, even when you move. Okay. So Jason, just take the whole show over.
So just what?
Take over the whole show. No. You did really inspire me when I heard you speak.
We better come on the same computer.
Okay. I'm going to take a really quick break. Malia, go ahead. I'll be right over there.
Okay. Sorry, guys. The echo.
Okay.
Let's let Linda log off really quick. Okay, better? Did you log off?
Yeah.
Okay. Ta-da!
We love the internet.
Yeah.
The wonders of life.
That's how it works. So I just want to say, Jason, so I was really inspired, like I said earlier, when you got up there and you spoke, and you really gave me that courage to say, you know what, I can get up in front of a crowd and speak too. I mean, this guy really is pouring his heart out there. And why can't I just do the same thing? You know, so you really have the courage to want to get out there and speak.
But it is echo.
Okay, so we're still trying to. I'm off. So you still hear an echo? Okay. So I'll still continue. While Malia figures all this. Good thing we have a computer person here. What I wanted to do is real quick is we can go through your talk swap. You kind of explain what it is, and then we can give a little demonstration to everybody what it is.
Sure. When I speak, does it echo for you guys?
No. Just when we speak.
Huh. And this is exactly what we're talking about today. The courage to do things even though they might not be precisely perfect. I mean, there's all kinds of unwanted echoes in life, and they can either stop us, we can either say, oh, well done, and there's an echo, let's not do this, or else we can do it. And the inspiration comes from doing it, from not being stopped by the echo.
Right.
And that's a perfect segue. I didn't plan that at all, but a perfect segue into Talk Swap.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Exactly. You know what? I'm gonna go get my computer real quick. So go ahead and explain to the audience what Talk Swap is.
Okay. So stage fright is a big deal for people, as for all of us. I mean, for a lot of us, there's documented cases of famous actors we think are highly successful, like having just feeling horribly before going on stage. And it's just part of being human. And I think stage fright can affect us whether we're going on stage in front of thousands of people, or whether we're talking to just one friend. Stage fright can affect us
I think you have to.
whenever. The good news is that we can practice speaking how we want to speak in life. When I was in 7th grade, as I said, I badly wanted to speak because I was ashamed of my voice. Now, a few weeks ago, I talked to an audience of 800 people.
Wow.
And I used the methodology of Talk Swap, which is an amalgamation of things. Basically, it starts with fun exercises to kind of loosen the speaker up, and then the speaker goes into a core part of that story. Practices going into a core part of that story, and we know we get to know our story better and better through the speaking of it. We ourselves, as we hear ourselves talk, we're like, aha, oh, I didn't make that connection in my life before. Oh, like even today talking to you, I'm making new connections for myself.
Mm-hmm.
We understand better by speaking, which is. But like I said, it's easy to get stressed out and say, oh, I'm not going to do it right, and stop being quiet, or asking lots of questions to cover up what we have to say. No, I'm not saying that asking questions and listening is bad. It's a core part of all of speaking. And that's where the swap comes in. Because there's a speaker talking, but then the swap comes in because there's a listener listening. To understand our stories as far as we can, we need listeners to help draw us out of ourselves. So that basically is talk swap.
Cool. So can we get an example? Me and my partner will talk and echo every time. But let's give an example of how talk swap works, okay?
Okay.
I'm ready. Okay.
So, first of all, Linda, I have an exercise for you.
Okay.
What will it be? So, Linda, you are a zookeeper at the Balboa Zoo.
Oh, I like this.
Describe what animals you work with during the day, what you do with them, and what you most love about your job.
Well, anybody who knows me would know you have to be the monkeys because they are all over the place, and I get to hang out with them on the branches and swing from tree to tree because I'm learning from them. They're teaching me, and I get to change the baby's diapers.
That's so awesome.
Thank you. I love my job.
Oh, so tell me about one unexpected thing that happened at the zoo that made you laugh.
Did monkey through poop at you? No, they didn't. Leah wants to have it. No, this was crazy. One day when I was walking into the cage, I forgot to close it all the way. And all of the monkeys escaped.
Ooh.
They ran through the zoo, and people were screaming. And finally, I was able to get them all to come back by doing my famous
Your famous what?
whistle.
No, I have to ask, what's your famous whistle?
It's too loud. I can't do it in here. I'll get in trouble.
It's too loud. So I guess we would have to be lucky enough to go to the zoo on the way day when all the monkeys got out to hear your whistle.
Yes.
So how do you feel after doing that exercise, Linda?
Well, what it does to me is it relaxes me because it was having fun. It put me in a different headspace, I guess. And it has me become more imaginative and relaxed.
Oh gosh, that's so good. Because you're talking about a core truth of speaking from speaking what we want to say here. When we become stressed out in our lives from any number of things, thinking I should be like this or like that, or external stressors that we're taking into our hearts, it makes it harder to be imaginative. So Talk Swap opens up the imagination too.
Yeah, because that incident didn't really happen.
You sure? Because I thought I saw you at the zoo last week.
Oh, don't tell anybody.
It's all secret. Okay. I just got a phone call that wasn't in the script.
Okay. Was that from?
So now Linda will get into a short sample of what could be a main part of your Talk Swap.
Okay.
So what's a core value for you?
Having fun.
Having fun. Sounds like a good core value.
Well, it's interesting because I had a life coach, and I always told her, like, one of my goals in life is to just have fun. And first, I thought that was a very shallow goal. But then I realized that's not shallow at all to want to have fun in life. That's a goal. And then I just do things along the way that I have fun doing to fulfill that.
Wow. Well, what kind of things do you do now to have fun that you maybe didn't do in the past because you thought you had to be all serious and march to the beat of the drum?
Actually, that's a very good question because, wait, hold on one second. Okay, hold on. Beat me up. Is it echoing up? Yeah. Okay.
It's still echoing.
Okay, we're still trying to figure this thing out. Wow. At first,
Does it make it worse?
I thought that, hold on. I'm fixing this. Okay, so at first I thought I had to do things that were going to be fun. But then I realized I could turn things that I am doing into fun. For example, I work almost 20 hours a week as a volunteer in a local county park. And one of our jobs is to pick up trash. I have to mow a lawn. I get to ride a lawnmower. Doing weed eating. There's a bunch of things we do for this job that are not really my passion, and are not my ideal thing to do. But I've turned that job into a fun event for me. So I actually look forward to it. And it's all because I changed my thoughts on it, is to make it fun for me, because it is something I do need to do. So then an example of something fun that I've created myself, like this is fun, is my event called Lemon Zest and Garlic Fest. And I had this vision of what I wanted it to be. And I had a great that helped me turn that into a really fun event. Jason, do you have headphones?
No, so I can turn my mic off when you're talking.
Because I think it's coming from his computer.
Oh.
I think it's the feedback from his.
Okay, so we're thinking it might be feedback from your computer. Right now, I don't hear any echo. So if you go and turn your mic back on, and you can ask me the questions for the talk swap. We got it figured out. Here we go.
I so apologize.
Oh, no need to.
The echoes from the guy in South Dakota. So Linda, I know you've shared some with me about how Lemon Zest and Garlic Fest didn't quite go as planned. You had some unexpected occurrences. How did you make that fun? And I'll turn off my mic now.
Okay, well, the event, yes, we did have the Storm of the Century. It literally was the Storm of the Century in San Diego in July. And I'm not sure if it's just that the storm was kind of fun because we're not used to that here in San Diego, but everybody around just had this great attitude, and people had smiles on their faces. You know, I never let it get me down. There were 2 times where I had to disappear to do something, and my team thought I went and hid into a corner and was crying, which I thought was funny because I wasn't. I was actually taking care of something that I wasn't within radio earshot, so I couldn't talk to them. But no, I had a fantastic day. Just you could think of like all the things, how I could have thought about it, and how I could have thought that it was a horrible day. What a tragedy! It just ruined our day. But you know, we all just kept up, and it was great. And people had a great time. People were actually, dancing in the rain. Running around, and kids were jumping in the puddles. People were wearing trash bags on their heads. I mean, it was just an amazing day that really, I think, was a fantastic day. I could have asked for better weather, of course, but with the weather that we had, we just turned it into a great event instead of being like, oh, poor me, just turn it into something great. Turn back on. Here we go.
That's so powerful, and as you say that, I so can relate to my own life. My voice, if you will, is kind of like my personal windstorm of the century, and that I could have like hid somewhere away, but instead I made it fun, and you made Lemon Zest and Garlic Fest fun. How are you taking your idea of fun into the work projects that you're developing now?
Well, I always, when I come up with an idea, because my business is producing events, and so they're my own ideas, my own thoughts, and when I come up with an idea, I think I generally come up with ideas that I think are going to be fun. At least they're going to be fun for me. And, coming up with something that's fun is kind of I don't know, like my sister even named me the Chief Fun Officer, the CFO, the Chief Fun Officer. And so that told me that she thought I was fun. And so maybe I just need to incorporate my fun, my quirky, different kind of personality into my events so that it's authentic, it's me, but at the same time, I'm able to, impart knowledge or just bring fun to other people as well. I love having fun. It's great.
That sounds so valuable, because so often when I've been involved with planning an event, either often I've had a small role with an event in the past, it seems like people get more and more stressed the closer you come to the event, and it becomes less and less fun. And
Right.
to be able to kind of have those stressful moments, which are natural, but to keep the element of fun in there, that sounds like magic to me, and just so fun. For lack of, yeah, for the best word, one of the best words on the planet, fun.
Exactly. Yeah, I totally agree with you. And um, it's interesting you brought that up because, I was under a lot of stress, and I'm not sure if my team was, because if they were hiding it very well. We all just, the synergy that we had on our team was amazing, and I really attribute a lot of that to the entrepreneurial team that kind of unfolded, and we all just wanted to have a great time, and that, I think, transcended out to the event itself. And then when we got there that day, like I said, everybody was just in such great spirits, and I think it's because we all wanted it to be successful. We all wanted it to be fun, and so we did our parts to continue to be fun ourselves, which people could see, and we were all just having a great time. Uh-oh, unmute.
What's like one or two simple things you would tell the listeners about if they want to have more fun in their lives?
Don't be so serious. It's the opposite of fun. Serious.
That's one. And what else?
Oh, another one? Okay. I'm sorry. Don't be too serious. Just kidding.
Don't be afraid to take risks.
Don't be afraid to take risks. Oh yeah, step out of your fear. Like Jason, you did that. You said, I'm going to step out of my fear. I'm going to join this yoga class. I mean, and then you did it. You enjoyed it. You realized you were having a good time, and so you continue to do it. So one of the things to me that I'm realizing with myself is I'm looking at the things that I'm actually having fun doing, and I'm making sure I'm doing more of those things. It's that simple. The formula is simple. I like doing this, so do it more often. Simple.
It's awesome. I like doing this, so do it more often. And I think that's what we need as entrepreneurs. Part of what we need is to really find what we love about our unique businesses and just keep focusing in on that again and again. And then realizing when our focus drifts off into like worry and concern about our business, and acknowledge that and love that, but bring it back again and again to the core of what we love to do.
Yep. Exactly. And I have a good observation about that. For entrepreneurs, we start our businesses and we are literally the jack of all trades. We are doing everything because we don't, for the most part, most of us don't have the money to just go hire a staff right now to do everything. So we're doing literally everything. But then as we get rolling, it's time to let go of some of those tasks that we should be doing, but we're not. They're sitting on our desk. We're staring at them day after day after day. It's time to release those because obviously we don't enjoy those tasks. That's why they're still sitting there. So it's time to release those and find somebody that we can pay to do that job so it will at least get done. And that's something I'm learning to do now because like having my first website, I did it myself. It was atrocious. It was horrible. But then I finally realized that, you know what, I wanted to look a little more professional, so I actually hired somebody. I paid somebody to put a website together for me. And, of course, that was Malia. She's right there. And now my website looks great. You know, she's got SEO involved with that. I don't even know what SEO means. And, you know, really helping me to get my business out there. And it's once we release those things that we're not having fun doing, it leaves us more time to do those things that we actually have fun doing.
I have something to say about that, too. A lot of times I think that it's weird because we're sitting next to each other. I don't think we often take the time to think about what is fun for us because there's so much to do. I think that we should take time to really think about what it is that we enjoy about what we do so we can actually, you know, figure out what that is and do more of it. Because I'm thinking about what you're saying right now, and I think it's phenomenal, but then I'm thinking to myself, what part of my business do I love? Like, I don't even know because I'm so overwhelmed with everything else. So I know for me, I'm going to take some time to really think about what it is that I really, really love to do and reconnect with that.
And another piece of advice on that, Malia, is it's not only figuring out what it is that you love to do, but to figure out what you love to do is to look at that thing. Like say for yours, let's say for example, yours was you loved helping business, you know, women in business grow their business. So it's looking at, that's very broad. It's looking at the broad strokes of that and taking apart just the pieces of it that you actually really enjoy. You don't enjoy every part of that, most likely. I don't know, maybe you do. But it's possible that you only really enjoy 5 of the 10 things that you actually do. Then get someone else to do those other 5 things. You know, it's really that simple for us to do, but it's hard at the same time because figuring it out. And the reason I can speak like this is because I have done this. I have dissected everything I've done, and when I am in pure joy, like Jason, when you were in joy, you were standing up, you're like, you know, I'm closer, I'm engaged. Those are the things, like, so you figure that out. Like, what is it about that moment that got you closer to the camera? What was it about that moment that was your pure joy? You know, so you have to figure that out. It's different for everybody. Was it because you were able to share knowledge? Was it because, hey, people can see me on the screen? You know, like, what is it exactly? Really, really, what is it? And that's the hard part. And it's taking the time to actually do that. Unmute.
Even in the short discussion, we're all discovering things about ourselves. It's amazing. Like, we've been given these bodies and given this life to discover things about us. Think about how much more we know about ourselves than we did when we were like a baby. We didn't even know we could walk when we were a baby, and then we found one more thing and one more thing about ourselves day after day, and then that process still very much continues if we let it, if we engage in conversations like this. It's amazing.
It really is. And this has been great for me, and I feel like you actually interviewed me. I guess that was the swap part.
He gotcha.
I got to interview you twice because for a while we had the echo, which is like double the magic.
You're so funny. That's funny. Now let's say we were doing an actual talk swap. Then would we have you stop, and then I would go and turn around and ask you questions, like the same as like what you just did? Somewhere to go.
Because he's maybe.
Oh.
There's the swap part of my talk swap coaching is is what I do. As I do talk swap coaching as part of my business, and the swap part and that is you're talking and I'm listening and asking questions. But in a talk swap, you're just doing with a friend or a colleague. Yeah, of course you would design a way you did a few exercises, and you can come up with any type of goofy scenario to have a person talk about.
Yeah.
And then you would have them talk and ask them questions if they got stuck. And in the swap part in that case would be you would switch around then and have them and give them exercises. And does that make sense?
Yeah. So Malia asked, what's the benefit of the talk swap?
What's the what? Oh,
The
sorry.
benefit.
Unmute. The benefit of the talk swap is so many-fold. It's first of all for our own individual beings, like Gandhi said be the change you wish to see in the world. And if we don't understand ourselves, we don't understand the change we wish to see, let alone how to be that change. So talk swap is huge for self-understanding. And then beyond that, in our personal lives with friends, it's so valuable to be able to speak our truth instead of making small talk. And thirdly, as entrepreneurs, this is vital, whether we're talking to a new prospective client, to be able to share ourselves in a way that's not rigid and from our hearts, or whether we're talking to a group of hundreds of people at a networking event. These are just vital skills for us to know and to practice and to make mistakes with, but then practice again.
Okay, more computer problems. But we're dealing with all of this. So that's really interesting. I like the idea of, I'm going to try to see if I can figure out how to do some of that with my pal here, Malia. See if we can take advantage of that talk swap and figure out, for our lives, like how we can help each other. How can people find you, Jason? Oh, unmute. There you go.
People can find me through my website, jwfreeman.com. No, actually, that's not my website. My website's jasonwfreeman.com.
Okay.
And please contact me. If people should contact me if they want to know more about talk swap or experience a session. And then also another one of my passions right now is to speak in the schools, speak to kids from first grade through college, and really instill in them the importance of expressing the truth imperfect and not. We want our kids to to be able to make mistakes and recover and make more mistakes, instead of thinking that they need to be little perfectionists, which is what I was, and I turned into a little perfectionist, and as you heard, it limited to my life, because I wanted to do all this stuff, but I didn't think I could do it perfectly, so I didn't do it. That's not a good life strategy, and I want to really give kids the inspiration to move forward imperfectly, to think imperfectly, to speak imperfectly, to move imperfectly, to just be them and do their best. Do their best, but know that they are free to be imperfect too. We all are.
I love that.
That makes sense.
Yes. Definitely, we want to thank you for being here. We only have 4 minutes. So we want Malia to wrap up. And you have some questions for him? You have 4 minutes.
Oh, I was just wondering, you're in South Dakota right now. You live here in San Diego?
Oh yeah, I'm in South Dakota visiting family and doing a speaking gig in St. Louis next week. Finishing my book, being on podcast interviews, but I live in San Diego.
Okay, awesome. I would love to have you to our school district and put you in front of the principals, the superintendent. I'm down in Chula Vista, so I'll connect with you on that, and hopefully that will get you in some of the schools, because you'll be able to speak in front of the principals. I would absolutely love that. I am the head parent in charge in the Chula Vista Elementary School District, so I look forward to that. And I just want to say thank you so much, Jason, for taking time out of your day, out of your life, out of your schedule to chat with us, to inspire us, to just share your truth. I think just every time you speak or just share, like you inspire people. And I think just not even, I don't know, you inspire me because we each have the power to inspire people every time we speak or every time we say something, but for some reason we don't. And so you have moved past your insecurities, your fear, and you continue to inspire people. And I know for me, like I have no excuses. There's no reason why I can't stand up and share my truth and my life's experiences and my wisdom and the things that God or the universe has given me to share. We are all put on this earth for a reason, and I really believe that we are put here to share that. And come in. And as long as I sit here insecure and selfish, I don't allow that story or that truth to be shared, to live its purpose. And so I thank you from the bottom of my heart for coming here and taking the time to inspire our audience. I know a lot of people will watch the recording of this, and I hope that they get as much out of it that we did. You know?
Definitely. Just stepping beyond those fears. And speaking of inspiring, Amanda DeConing just walked in. Come on, just say hi. We got like 1 minute left. Jason and Amanda and I got together one day, and we just had a blast.
Yeah, we did.
Chuckling for like having fun.
Are you ready to run a marathon yet?
Jason?
I think he's muted.
He is muted.
Oh, you're muted.
I'm still thinking about it.
That's on the list. To think about. So we are, I think we're out of time.
Yeah.
Jason, thank you so much for being on with us. Go to jasonfreeman.com, check him out, and like him on Facebook, Jason Freeman, and also go friend him. He's really an amazing person.
Yeah. And I'm going to stop the broadcast. Jason, stay on for a moment, okay? Again, thank you so much for joining us. Bye for now.
Bye.
Well, when do we meet again?
The third Thursday of October.
We'll put the date in the group. I don't have a calendar.
I'm too busy having fun. I don't have time for that.